Hello dear students, welcome back to my channel Science Target 80 video series. In this video we'll see important questions from the unit electricity where you get 8 marks from this unit. So maximum of 8 marks from this unit. Total 4 questions, 1 mark 2 questions, 2 mark 1 question, 4 mark 1 question, total 8 marks. We have around 12 concepts in this chapter. I have explained line by line. Take your textbook and listen, understand all the concepts, note it down, and also previous year questions also is there in this video. Watch the complete video to score 8 out of 8 marks in this video. Do join my WhatsApp channel. The link is in the description, and also do subscribe the channel. Watch completely to score 8 out of 8 marks. So unit electricity, from the examination point of view, you can score around 8 marks from this unit. Take note of all the keywords or the points what we are going to discuss now. In the first page of the unit electricity, you can get 1 mark definition of what is a switch. A switch makes a conducting link between the cell and the bulb. What is switch? It is a conducting link between the cell and the electric bulb. 1 mark. You can make a note. You can just make a note of the word the switch. Next, important definition, electric circuit. A continuous and closed path of an electric current is called as what? Electric circuit. Next, the important definition what you can expect is definition of electric current. Just make a note of the key word, not the whole point. Just make a note, a switch. Next, second keyword, electric circuit. Next, electric current. Everything is there in the textbook. Just you need to make a note of the keyword in your notebook. Next, the important definition is electric current. What is electric current? Electric current is expressed by the flow of charges to a particular area in unit time. Otherwise, you can say the simple definition for electric current is it is the rate of flow of charges. It is the rate of flow of charges. What is electric current? Electric current is defined as the rate of flow of charges. Otherwise, you can say as amount of charges flowing to a particular area in unit time. Now, what is the conventional direction of electric current? It is the direction of for electric current taken opposite to flow of electrons. So these are the important questions you can get in page 1 of unit electricity. What we have discussed is a switch, an electric circuit, and the definition of electric current, and the flow of electric current. It is the opposite to the direction of flow of electrons, which are negative charges. So these are the important points you can concentrate on the unit electricity in page 1. Next page, we have the important definition, the current. The current is defined as the what? It is defined as the flow of charges per unit time. So the important formula is here is I equals Q by T. Make a note of this formula. The current I equals what? Q by T. And the SI unit of electric charge, it can be asked in MCQ or 1 mark. What is the SI unit of electric charge? The SI unit of electric charge is Coulomb. Next, the SI unit of electric current is ampere. So from this unit, definite 1 marks question based on unit you can expect. Here the electric current is expressed by the unit what? Ampere. And also they can ask define 1 ampere. Define 1 ampere. 1 ampere is defined as the flow of 1 coulomb of charge per second is defined as what? The 1 ampere. So then, to measure the flow of current, electric current in a circuit, we use an instrument called as what? Ammeter. Definition of ammeter. How ammeter is connected? Ammeter is always connected in series. Ammeter is always connected in series. And definite and important question for your examination is the simple electric circuit. The simple electric circuit. 2-mark question. Very important diagram. Simple electric circuit. Next, so here in this paragraph, the important question what you can expect is the current, the formula to find out the current, that is I equals Q by T, then SI unit of electric charge is Coulomb, then the electric current is expressed by unit what? Ampere. The SI unit of electric current is ampere. Then definition of 1 ampere, that is 1 coulomb divided by 1 second, and the instrument used to measure the electric current in a circuit is ammeter, and always it is connected in series in the circuit. Always the ammeter is connected in the series in an electric circuit. And important diagram, simple electric circuit. Next, in next page what we have is the concept is electric potential and potential difference. Here you can expect the definition of potential difference. You can expect, make a note, you can make a note the definition of electric potential difference between 2 points. Electric potential difference between 2 points in an electric circuit. The potential difference between 2 points, always the potential difference is measured between 2 points. The electric potential difference between 2 points in an electric circuit carrying some current is defined as the work done to move a unit charge from one point to another point. Potential difference between any 2 points in an electric circuit is defined as the work done to move a unit charge from one point to another point. Potential difference is expressed by V equals what? W by Q. Work done by charge. Work done by charge. Potential difference V equals work done by charge. The SI unit of potential difference is volt. And you can have 1 mark definition, define 1 volt. 1 volt is defined as 1 joule of work done to move a charge of 1 coulomb from one point to another point is defined as 1 volt. How potential difference is measured? The potential difference is measured by a instrument called as voltmeter. Just make a note of the keyword voltmeter in your book. And voltmeter is always connected in parallel. Ammeter is connected in series, whereas the voltmeter is connected in parallel. Based on the concept electric potential and potential difference, what you can expect? You can expect the definition of electric potential difference. What is electric potential difference between 2 points in an electric circuit carrying some current is defined as the work done to move a unit charge from one point to another point. Potential difference V equals what? W by Q. V equals what? W by Q. What is the SI unit of potential difference? It is volt. And also you can expect 1 mark definition, define 1 volt. You have a simple problem here. How much work is done in moving a 2 coulomb across 2 points having potential difference 12 volts. Work done, potential difference V equals W by Q. W equals V into Q. How much is V? V equals 2. Q is what? 2. 12 into 2 is 24 joules. How much work is done? 24 joules of work is done to move 2 coulomb charges. Next, circuit symbols. You can expect definite circuit symbols for 1 mark. You can go through all the circuit symbols. Circuit symbol whether it is resistance, ammeter or rheostat, wire joint, crossing without joining, switch, open, close, SL battery, all these are important. Students, if you go through the textbook, it will be very easy to study and score good marks in science. Next, the important concept is Ohm's law. Based on Ohm's law, definitely you can expect problem or you can expect 2-mark question. So in one of the examination, they have given a graph, voltage versus current in a table where you need to find out the resistance. So what you can do is, when the voltage against the current is given in a graph, you can easily calculate by finding the potential difference and the current. It will be given in the table, just you need to find out. For all the values, the resistance will be same because resistance is a constant. Now the important definition of Ohm's law. So in laws and all you cannot change, however it's there in the textbook, you need to write as it is. So the Ohm's law states that the potential difference V across the ends of a given metallic wire in an electric circuit is directly proportional to the current flowing through it, provided its temperature remains the same. This is called as Ohm's law. The simple definition is V is directly proportional to I. The potential difference in an electric circuit is directly proportional to the current flowing through it. Okay, so V is proportional to I. This is called as what? Ohm's law. If you remove the proportionality, we get a constant called as what? Resistance. R is a constant. So V equals what? I into R. V equals I into R. This is what? Ohm's law. Based on Ohm's law, definite question. V equals IR. What is R here? R is a constant called as resistance. What is resistance? It is the property of a conductor to resist the flow of charges. What is the definition of resistance? It is the property of an conductor to resist the flow of charges. And important question what you can expect is, define 1 ohm. V equals what? IR. V equals IR. R equals V by I. So 1 ohm equals 1 volt by 1 ampere. That is, if the potential difference between two ends of a conductor is 1 volt and the current in it is 1 ampere, then the resistance is 1 ohm. If the potential difference is 1 volt and it carries a current of 1 ampere, then we call it as the resistance, the conductor has a resistance of 1 ohm. I equals what? V by R. And also, see here, you can see here, V equals what? I R. Now R equals what? V by I. You can see here, R is inversely proportional to I. That means if the resistance increases, the current decreases. If the resistance increases, the current decreases. If the resistance decreases, the current increases. That means it is inversely proportional. You should know the relationship between the resistance and the current. You can see this point in the textbook. The current through a resistor is inversely proportional to its resistance. If the resistance is doubled, that means the current is get reduced to its half of the value. There are many practical cases where you need to increase or decrease the current. In that cases, we use a component called as rheostat or we call that as variable resistance. Again, 1 mark important definition: define rheostat or define variable resistance. The name itself says that rheostat is a component where you can change the resistance of the circuit. In an electric circuit, a device called rheostat is used to change the resistance of the circuit. What is rheostat? Rheostat is a component which is used to what? Change the resistance in the circuit. Okay? Why we need to change the resistance in the circuit? To change the current. To change the current, the potential difference remains constant. To vary the current, to change the current, what you should do is, you should change the resistance. To change the resistance, what is the component we use? We use a component called as rheostat. To score good marks in science, you need lot of patience. Today's our class you should attend completely, then only you will get all the questions. See, what is rheostat? Rheostat is a component or device which is used in an electric circuit to change the resistance in the circuit. Why we need to change this resistance? To change the value of current, or increase or decrease. So the resistance of a conductor. See, you have an experiment here. So you have a definition of resistor. Resistance is different from resistor. Resistor offers resistance. You can expect 1 mark or 2 mark difference between question. Write the difference between resistance and resistor. Resistance is the property of the conductor. Resistor is a device. A conductor having some appreciable resistance is called as resistor. Resistor offers resistance. So a component having higher resistance is called as poor conductor. A component having low resistance is called as good conductor. And insulator will have very high value of resistance. Now important question again, factors on which the resistance of a conductor depends on. The resistance of a conductor depends on 4 factors, that is R is proportional to L, R is inversely proportional to A. That means if you remove the proportional, you will have a constant called as rho. R equals rho L by A. The resistance of a conductor depends on the length of the conductor, area of cross section, and also it depends on the nature of the material. So you can see here the resistance of a conductor depends on its length L, area of cross section A, and nature of its material, and also it depends on the temperature of the conductor. So if it is asked for 2 marks, you should write all the 4 points. The resistance of a conductor depends on 4 factors: the length, the area of cross section, and the nature of its materials, and also it depends on the temperature. So you can see the formula R equals what? Rho L by A. What is rho here? Rho is a constant of proportionality called as electrical resistivity. The SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. Very important unit. What is the SI unit of resistance? Is ohm. Resistivity is ohm meter. What is resistivity? It is defined as what? Constant of proportionality called as what? Resistivity. So resistivity is what? It is the property of a material to offer resistance, right? And also the SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. The SI unit of resistance is ohm. SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. And also we have one more important concept here is alloys generally have higher resistivity. Why? They can ask for give reason question. Because alloys do not oxidize or burn readily at high temperature. That's the reason where the alloys are most commonly used in heating devices like electric iron, toasters, etc. So the resistivity of an alloy is what? It's higher than its constituent metals. That's why it is most applicably used in heating devices like electric iron, toasters, etc. And also you have one more important give reason question here. Tungsten is widely used or exclusively used for filaments of electric bulb. Why? Because on heating it starts emitting light. That's why the tungsten is almost exclusively used for filaments of electric bulb, and also the copper and aluminium are generally used for electrical transmission lines. So in this paragraph you have learnt about the factors on which the resistance of a conductor depends on, and the important concept of resistivity, the SI unit of resistivity, and also higher the resistivity, that means the resistance value will be more, and also alloys have higher resistivity. Because of that it is used commonly in heating devices like electric toasters, electric iron box, etc. And also tungsten is used almost exclusively for filaments of electric bulb. Why? Because on heating it starts emitting light. And generally copper and aluminium are used for electrical transmission lines. So you can see the resistivity of different conductors, insulators and alloys. Insulators have generally they have higher resistivity when compared to alloys, and conductors will have the resistivity value is less. So in the examination you can expect question like they can give a table with different resistivity. You should tell the which the conductor or alloy or insulator have high conductivity. If the resistivity is more, that means the conductivity will be less. If the resistivity is less, conductivity will be more, which are inversely proportional. So solve all the questions, solve all the numericals from the examples. We can expect the numericals from the examples only based on the resistivity and based on Ohm's law. So you have a question here. Why are coils of electric toasters and electric iron made up of alloy rather than pure metal? Because they do not oxidize easily, and also they have higher resistivity. That's why they are used. Now resistance of a system of conductors. When the resistance are this is also important diagram. When the resistors are connected in series, the current will be same. The current will be same. The potential difference is divided across each resistance. The current remains same. The potential difference will be divided across each resistance, that is V equals V1 plus V2 plus V3. V1 plus V2 plus V3. The current will be same across all the resistors. In case of parallel, the potential difference will be same. The potential difference will be same, whereas the current will be divided across each resistance as I1, I2 and I3. The effective resistance when connected in series, that is RS equals R1 plus R2 plus R3. In case of parallel, it is 1 by Rp equals 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. When the resistors are connected in series, the effective resistance is what? R1 plus R2 plus R3. When it is connected in parallel, the effective resistance 1 by Rp equals 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So this you should know to solve problems. In case of series, the current is same. The potential difference V is divided across each resistance. And also between these two, which is most used in domestic circuits, it is parallel connection. Parallel connection is widely used in domestic circuits. We'll see, you should list down all the advantages of parallel connection over series connection. In case of parallel connection, no need of in case of series connection, you should have the individual switches for each resistors to operate. You should have each switches across the resistance. If one gets spoiled, then other will stop working. In case of parallel, you have those two advantages. And also in case of series circuit, the resistance will be more. In case of parallel, the resistance will be less. You can go through this. And also the problems based on the example 12.7. So try to solve all the problems from the textbook itself. Many times you can expect the textbook questions only. So all these are very important problem. So based on the power, you can expect 2 mark question. Now there is an important concept of heating effect of electric current. So we know that cell generates a potential difference between 2 points. Name the component which creates potential difference. It is cell or the battery. Now, say a part of source energy in maintaining the current may be consumed into useful work, but rest of the energy is expended in the form of heat, right? Now that effect is called as what? The heating effect of electric current. So this heating effect is utilized in few devices like electric heater, electric iron box, electric toasters, etc. So the power input is defined as P equals V into I. The power input to a device is what? V into I. What is the power input? The power input is V into I. Then the heat dissipated, H equals VIT. If we apply Ohm's law, what we get is H equals I square RT. This is called as Joule's law of heating. The heat produced in a conductor is given by H equals VIT. Then applying Ohm's law, what we get is H equals I square RT. This is called as what? Joule's law. So state Joule's law of heating. H equals I square RT. The heat generated in a conductor is directly proportional to square of the current. Is directly proportional to square of the current, directly proportional to resistance for a given current, and directly proportional to the time for which the current flows through the resistance. So very important 2 mark law, or if you don't get law for 2 marks, definitely you can expect 2 mark numerical. So it will be from the textbook itself. The heat produced in a conductor is directly proportional to what? Square of the current, resistance of the conductor, and also time for which the current flows. This is called as what? Joule's law of heating. And next what we have is practical applications of heating effect of electric current. The heating effect is utilized in some of the devices such as laundry iron box, electric toaster, electric oven, electric kettle, electric heater, right? This all works on the principle of Joule's law. You can expect one MCQ based on this, that is electric oven, electric toaster works on the principle of dash, Ohm's law, Joule's law, some other law will be given. The correct answer is Joule's law of heating. So you have the reason here, right? Why tungsten is used in filaments of electric bulb? Because it has high melting point, it has high resistivity. On heating, it gives or it emits light. That's why the tungsten is widely used in the filaments of electric bulb. You can see the filament must retain as much of heat generated and it emits light. The very important property of tungsten is when it gets heated up, it emits light, and also it has the property of higher resistivity, and also it has high melting point. Because of high melting point, in case if it is asked for 2 marks, you should mention all these points. That is high melting point, high resistivity, and it emits light on heating. See, and also you have the bulbs are usually filled with chemically inactive nitrogen and argon gases to prolong the life of the filament. Name the gas which is used in the bulbs. What is the answer? It is nitrogen and argon gases. Why? If it is in case if it is application question, you can get question like why the bulbs are usually filled with nitrogen and argon gases? Because the answer is because nitrogen and argon gases, they have completely filled or the stable structure. They do not react with any other metal or non-metal, hence it is used in the filament. These gases, they do not react. Why? Because it is their valence shell is completely filled or octet structure. Now we have one more concept called as fuse. What is fuse? Fuse is an electrical safety devices which has low melting point. When higher current flows to it, what happens? It melts and protects the circuit. See, it protects the circuit and appliances by stopping the flow of an unduly high electric current. Always the fuse is placed in series. How the fuse is placed in an electric circuit? It is placed in series. Students, it's taking time. Still, I am going in detail. You should try to make all these points. If you are watching this, definitely you can expect all these similar questions or same concept based question in the examination. Fuse. What is fuse here? It is an electrical safety device. Always it is placed in series, which has low melting point. Fuse will have low melting point. If the current flows more than the specified value, what happens? The fuse melts. The fuse will get heated up and it melts and it breaks the circuit. By thus, it protects the circuit and appliances. So you have a question here. A circuit of 4.54 ampere will flow in the circuit. That means we should choose a fuse of 5 ampere, right? Next we have concept of electric power. If you are lucky, you can expect 5-mark question based on electric power. What is electric power? It is the rate at which the electric energy is dissipated or consumed in an electric circuit. The rate at which the electrical energy is consumed in an electric circuit is called as what? Electric power. List the ways by which you can express the power. You have different formulas. That is, the first formula is P equals VI. P equals what? VI. Next, P equals I square R, or P equals V square by R. These are the ways by which you can express the power. What is the SI unit of power? The SI unit of power is watt. What is the SI unit of power? Watt. So define 1 watt. 1 watt is defined as what? If an appliance consumes what 1 ampere of current when it is operated at a potential difference of what 1 volt, whether if it is 1 ohm, if the definition of 1 ampere or 1 volt or 1 watt or 1 ohm, if it is asked, you should always relate this with the equations, then it will be very easy. P equals what? V into I. 1 watt equals what? 1 volt into 1 ampere. That means an electrical appliances is operated between a what potential difference of 1 volt if 1 ampere of current flows through it, right? 1000 watt is equal to what? 1 kilowatt. And also the unit of electrical energy is what? That is watt. What is the commercial unit of electrical energy? It is kilowatt hour. The commercial unit of electrical or the power is what? Kilowatt hour. Commonly it is called as unit. In case based on power, if they don't ask any question, you can expect 2 mark or 3 mark numerical. So you can solve what are the questions there in the textbook. That is more than enough. Now we'll do a small recap. We have started with defining what switch, an electric circuit, and the definition of electric charges, and the conventional flow of electrons, the definition of current, the SI unit of current, that is ampere, define 1 ampere, what is ammeter, how it is connected in an electric circuit, and the important diagram, simple electric circuit. And what we had is the concept of electric potential and potential difference. V equals what? W by Q. Define 1 volt. What is voltmeter? How it is connected in circuit? That is always it is connected in parallel. And circuit symbols for 1 mark. Ohm's law. In case Ohm's law, if the table is given, you can calculate the value of resistance, that is R equals V by I. For all the values, the resistance will be same. Or what you can do, you can plot the graph and you can find out the value. Roughly you can plot and you can find out. Then Ohm's law, the concept of resistance, definition of 1 ohm. Then the relationship between current and the resistance. If the current increases, the resistance decreases. Based on this you can expect question. And you have the concept of rheostat. To change the current, what we use a component called as rheostat. Rheostat is usually used to what? Change the value of the resistance. Next, what we had is the value on which the factors on which the resistance of the conductor depends on, the concept of resistivity, SI unit of resistivity. And in the examination they'll give the table. Many times they have given the table having given different elements, material with the resistivity. If the resistivity is more, that means the conductivity will be less. If the resistivity is less, that means the conductor is more. Conductivity is more. And the problems and resistance of a system of resistors in series and resistors in parallel, which is more advantageous in domestic circuit. Parallel circuit is more advantageous than the series connection. Based on this, you can expect 2 mark problem. Then the concept of the heating effect of electric current. What is the power input? Power input is P equals V into I. Some appliances which works on the concept of heating effect of electric current. Then Joule's law of heating, 2 mark question. If it is not asked for law, if law is not asked, definitely can expect 2 mark problem. Practical applications of heating effect of electric current. You have the concept of filament. Why filament? The tungsten which is used in what? Filament of electric bulb, because the three properties you should know. It has higher resistivity, low melting point, and on heating it emits light. And also, which gas is used to fill the filament, to fill the bulbs? It is nitrogen and argon gases. One reason is to prolong the life of the filament. In case if the application question is asked like nitrogen and argon gases are used to what? Prolong the life of the filament. Give reason or why. We can say that nitrogen and argon gases are completely filled because they do not react. Argon is it is placed in group 18. It is completely filled. And we have the concept of fuse. Fuse is then what? Electrical safety device which is placed in the series to protect what? The electric circuit and the appliances. In case of high Joule current, it melts and breaks the circuit. And also concept of electric power. Different ways by which you can express the power is P equals V into I, P equals I square R, and P equals V square by R. What is 1 kilowatt? 1 kilowatt is what? 1000 watts. And also what is the commercial unit of power? It is kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour. Commercially it is commonly known as unit. Okay. Unit, electricity. All these questions are from previous year board papers. Definitely very important questions for your exam. Dear students, do watch the complete video and try to learn all these questions. First main MCQ question. So it was asked in March examination 2019. So here it indicates the exam paper it has appeared. This question which it has appeared in main exam 2019. The resistance of a conductor is 27 ohm. If it is cut into 3 equal parts and connected in parallel, the total resistance is 27 ohm. 27 ohm is divided into 3 equal parts, that is 9 ohm, 9 ohm and 9 ohm. It is connected in parallel. Therefore, the effective resistance or the total resistance 1 by Rp equals 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. That is equal to 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9. What you get is 3 by 9, which is equal to 1 by 3. So 1 by Rp equals 1 by 3. Cross multiplying we get 3 ohm. Therefore the effective resistance or the total resistance of the circuit is 3 ohms. Therefore the correct answer is option B. Next, a piece of metallic wire of resistance R is cut into 3 equal parts. These parts are then connected in parallel. If the total resistance of the combination is R dash, then the value of R is to R dash is, again using the same formula, 1 by Rp equals 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3, you get the ratio 9:1. You can try this question. Therefore the answer is option B, 9:1. Third question, an electric lamp whose resistance is 30 ohm and a conductor of 6 ohm resistance are connected in series to a 9 volt battery. The total current flowing through the circuit is, the total resistance is what? R1 plus R2, because they are connected in series. What is R1? 6. R2 is 30. Therefore it is 36 ohm. Now using Ohm's law, V equals IR. I equals V by R. What is V? V is 9 volts. Resistance, the total resistance is 36, which is equal to 1 by 4, which is equal to 0.25 ampere. Therefore the correct answer is option C. A device used to change the resistance in the electric circuit is the rheostat. Rheostat is a device which is used to change the resistance in the electric circuit. What is the SI unit of ohm? Is the SI unit of resistance. Ohm is the SI unit of resistance. Ohm meter is the SI unit of resistivity. The metal used in the filament of an electric bulb is tungsten. Tungsten is widely used in the filament of an electric bulb. Therefore, the correct answer is option B. SI unit of electric potential difference is option A, volt. The resistance of an electric heater coil is 110 ohms. The electric current that an electric heater draws from an 220 volt source is. So, power is what? 220 volts. Resistance is 110 ohms. Now we need to find out current. So the voltage is 220 volts. Current we should find out. Resistance is what? 110 ohms. Again using Ohm's law, V equals IR, I equals V by R. That is 220 by 110. We get 2 ampere. It is not power, actually it is voltage. The device that is connected in series in an electric circuit is always ammeter. The device which is connected in parallel is voltmeter. Here the device that is connected in series in an electric circuit is ammeter. Observe the table. Material K has resistivity 2.63 into 10 power minus 8. L has resistivity 5.20 into 10 power minus 8. M has resistivity 1.60 into 10 power minus 8. Material N has resistivity 6.84 into 10 power minus 8. The best conductor of electricity among this material is which has the least resistivity. Least resistivity, higher the conductivity. Here the least resistivity is 1.60 into 10 power minus 8. That is the material M. Therefore, the correct answer is option B, M. A device that reverses the direction of flow of current in an electric circuit is commutator. Commutator reverses the direction of electric current. The function of fuse in an electric circuit is that it protects the electrical appliances. The function of fuse is to protect electrical appliances. When the higher current flows, what happens? It melts, the fuse melts and breaks the circuit, hence protects the electrical appliance. This can be asked in 2 marks also. The correct formula that shows the relationship between potential difference, electric current and resistance in an electric circuit is V equals IR. Therefore the correct answer is option C. Here they marked it as D. The correct answer is option C. By Ohm's law, we know that V equals IR. So it is V equals IR. Therefore, the correct answer is option C. V equals I into R. The device used to measure the rate of current in an electric circuit is the device which is used to measure the current is ammeter. Therefore, the correct answer is option A, ammeter. Next, the SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. Therefore, the correct answer is option D. First question, one mark question. What is the SI unit of potential difference? Name the device used to measure the potential difference. The SI unit of potential difference is volt. The device which is used to measure the potential difference is voltmeter. How voltmeter is connected in an electric circuit? It is connected in parallel. Suggest any two measures to avoid overloading in domestic circuit. Live wire and neutral wire should not come into direct contact. There should not be any short circuit in the circuit. Too many appliances should not be connected to a single socket. Should always use quality wires and good quality electrical appliances. These are the measures to avoid overloading. Draw a simple electric circuit of containing electric cell, electric bulb, ammeter and plug key. See, this is the simple electric circuit. Bulb, ammeter is connected in series. You have switch and electric cell. What are the reasons for occurring overload in an electric circuit? Accidental hike in the supply voltage, connecting too many appliances to a single socket, when live wire and neutral wire come into direct contact. These are the reasons for overloading. Symbols of rheostat, cross wire without joint. From the textbook, try to learn all the symbols of electrical components. Draw the symbol of rheostat used in an electric circuit. Very simple question. Next, 2 mark question. Draw the diagram of an electric circuit in which resistors R1, R2 and R3 are connected in parallel, including an ammeter and voltmeter. Mark the direction of current. See, R1, R2 and R3 are connected in parallel. The end points are connected to a voltmeter, and in series we have ammeter, and it is the direction of flow of current, and we have an cell. It is more advantage to connect electric devices in parallel instead of connecting them in series wise. According to Joule's law of heating, next question, mention the factors on which heat produced in a resistor depends. According to this law, write the formula used to calculate the heat produced. See, these are the advantages of connecting devices in parallel. The appliances connected in series needs current of widely different values to operate properly. So when it is connected in series, it needs different values of current. In a series circuit, if one component fails, the circuit is broken, none of the component work. But in parallel circuit, current divides through the electrical gadgets. This is helpful particularly when each gadget has different resistance and requires different current to operate properly. Each electrical appliance can be operated separately. When you are connected in parallel, it is more advantageous because when one component fails, the other components, electrical components still work, whereas in series it will not. You can operate with individual switches in parallel. The heat produced in a resistor, that is Joule's law of heating, the heat produced in a resistor is directly proportional to the square of the current for a given resistance, directly proportional to resistance for a given current, and directly proportional to the time for which the current flows through the resistor. So the equation is H equals I square RT. All the problems I have solved and I have posted in a separate video. You can check it out from the unit electricity. Definitely you can expect one numerical from this unit. Dear students, this PDF I can share it in my Telegram group and WhatsApp channel. Do join and download it. Very important. State Joule's law of heating. Explain the working of electric filament bulb. The Joule's law of heating is what? H equals I square R T. That is, the heat produced in a conductor is directly proportional to the square of the current, resistance of the circuit, and time for which the current flows. Working of electric filament bulb. So in an incandescent type of bulb, an electric current is passed through a thin filament called heating the filament until it glows and produces light. See, when you pass current through the filament, what happens? The filament gets heated up. What happens? After heating up, it produces light. This is the working of electric filament bulb. Filament has a lot of resistance to electricity. That means it has higher resistivity. As a result of the resistance, the filament heats up and starts glowing by converting electrical energy to light energy. Ohm's law. The potential difference across the two ends of a resistor is directly proportional to current through it, and temperature remains constant. V equals IR. See, ammeter should be connected in series and voltmeter should be connected in parallel in an electric circuit. Ammeter measures the flow of current in the circuit. Voltmeter measures the potential difference across the circuit. Next you have, what are the functions of an earth wire? It is necessary to connect the electrical appliances having metallic body to electric earth wire in domestic electric circuit. Why? So this is from the unit magnetic effects of electric current. Still we learn here. The functions of earth wire is used as a safety measures for appliances having metallic body in domestic circuit. This provides a low resistance conducting path for the circuit. The earth wire is a low conducting path. In case of any leakage of current, the current flows through the low resistance path and it avoids electric shock, and user may not get a severe electric shock. State Ohm's law. Already we have learned. On which factors does the resistance of a conductor depend on? Mention the SI unit of electric power. The resistance of a conductor depend on the length of a conductor, area of cross section of the conductor, nature of material, and also the temperature. The SI unit of power is watt. Name the metal used in the filament. How is fuse connected in the circuits? Name the metal used in filament. Gas filled in electric bulb. See, the filament used is tungsten. The gas is nitrogen or argon because they are inert gas. Problems. How does overload and short circuit occur in an electric circuit? Explain what is the function of fuse in this situation. So already we have learnt about overloading. When live wire and neutral wire come in direct contact, what happens? It causes overloading. When the insulation of wires is damaged or there is a fault in the appliances, when many appliances are connected in one circuit, because of these situations the current in the circuit abruptly increases and short circuit occurs. Function of fuse. Fuse melts by using Joule's law. Fuse melts. It has a particular melting point. If that crosses the melting point, what happens? The fuse melts. Because of that, what happens? The fuse breaks the circuit by melting itself. What happens? The fuse breaks the circuit and protecting the electrical appliances. Define electric potential difference. How is ammeter connected in an electric circuit? Explain the application of heating effect of electric current in an electric bulb and the fuse used in the electric circuit. students, you can see the repetitions of questions. Electric potential difference between 2 points in an electric circuit carrying some current is defined as work done to move unit charge from one point to another. How is the ammeter is connected? Ammeter is always connected in series, and it is used to measure the current. A strong metal with higher melting point like tungsten, which gets very hot and emits light, is used in the electric bulb. See, if the current is larger than the specified value which flows through the circuit, then the fuse melts and breaks the circuit. Already we have learnt. What are the advantages of connecting electrical devices in parallel? The parallel circuit divides the current through the electrical gadgets. When one component fails, the circuit does not fail. The total resistance in the parallel circuit decreases so that electrical gadgets get current as per the resistance required. Repeated question. Name the two devices that work on the principle of Joule's law of heating. The answer is many. We have electrical toaster, electrical oven, electrical kettle, electric bulb, electric fuse. Why are alloys like nichrome used in electrical heating devices? We use alloys like nichrome in heating devices because the resistivity of alloys are more than or higher than that of metals. Alloys do not oxidize at higher temperature, hence, and also alloys have high melting point. Because of these reasons, we use in heating devices. Why do we use alloys in heating devices? Because they do not oxidize, their resistivity is higher than the component metals, and also alloys have higher melting point. See, again you have the question, what is the meaning of the state? 5-mark question. The potential difference between 2 points in a is 1 volt. What do you mean by the statement the potential difference between 2 points is 1 volt? Name the device used to measure potential difference. What is the resistance of a conductor? What is electric power? Write the 3 formula used to find it. What is 1 volt? V equals I R, right? One volt is nothing but 1 joule of work done to move a 1 coulomb of charge from one point to another point in a current carrying conductor. The potential difference is said to be 1 volt. What is 1 volt? If 1 joule of work done in moving 1 coulomb of charge from one point to another point in a current carrying conductor, the potential difference between the 2 points is said to be 1 volt. The device used to measure the potential difference is voltmeter. What is resistance? The property of a conductor to restrain or retard the flow of electric charges through it is called as resistance of a conductor. What is the definition of electric power? The rate at which electric energy is dissipated or consumed in an electric circuit is called electric power. What are the 3 formulas used to find out the electric power? P equals VI, or P equals IV, or P equals W by T, P equals I square R, P equals V square by R. Dear students, these are the important questions from the unit electricity. Do try to learn all these questions. I'll share this PDF in my Telegram group and WhatsApp channel. Do join and download it.